Hey, what's going on, guys? Paul Ryan, your host of the Across the Cowboys podcast, here with another day in the content challenge. And as expected, not too much going on in Cowboys land, but of course, one I guess you want to say major topic, or at least something that was going around on Twitter, aka X, was Dak Prescott's contract. And of course, we all know that he has a lot of leverage. I mean, he's owed nearly 60 million just this year, and it'd be wise for the Cowboys to restructure his contract and extend him to a long term deal, which I know that's what I would do if I was the owner, if I was Jerry Jones, if I was Stephen Jones. But just for conversation's sake, I'm curious, what do you guys think? I mean, I know that after the Green Bay loss, and there were some games, you look at the Buffalo Bills game, you look at the San Francisco 49ers game, that there are some questions surrounding Dak about those bigger moment games. And, I think those questions are fair. Dak hasn't had a lot of success in the playoffs, but at the same time, it just always seems like there's things out of Dak's control that seem to be a bigger issue. I know one game, and shout out to CD Piglet for this, but last year in the divisional round when we lost to San Francisco, he was one of the few, definitely the first one that I heard say that Dak had a bad game, and that there's probably should have won that game, but Dak just wasn't playing well, didn't see the field well, and of course we know that Tony Pollard got injured, and that kind of was the icing on the cake for the 49ers to win that game. But outside of that, I just don't really feel that Dak has had the teams, the coaching staff that put him in a better position to win. Now you look at a Patrick Mahomes and the team that he just won with. Would Dak have done that? No. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago on the Across the Cowboys podcast. But Patrick Mahomes is a different level of quarterback. He's a different tier of quarterback. He's a generational talent. He's a one of a kind quarterback. I mean, that's clear to see. Dak's not on that level, and that's no disrespect to Dak. I mean, there's not many quarterbacks on the level of Mahomes. But going back to Dak and the contract situation, if you were Jerry and Stephen Jones, do you just kind of ride it out with McCarthy on this 1 year deal? Do you just kind of ride it out with Dak on this 1 year deal? And if you don't have success again in the playoffs, maybe after another first round exit, or if you don't get to an NFC championship game, do you not necessarily rebuild, by letting McCarthy and Dak Prescott walk, but do you instead just reload? I know that with Dak and this current team, it's unlikely that the Cowboys will have a top 5 pick or a top 10 pick in the 2025 draft, but those I think those are fair questions to ask, and what to do with Dak. Again, I'm a big Dak fan. I mean, ever since his rookie season, I fell in love with Dak, and I knew that he was a franchise quarterback, at least in my eyes. But I can see both sides of the discussion, right? I can see why people might think it's time to move on from Dak, thinking that maybe he can't win a Super Bowl. I don't feel that way, but I can understand why some people do. So, like I've been saying, it's going to be an interesting offseason. We've got a lot of contracts to take care of. Jerry and Steven have tough decisions to make. But what would you do? Do you think we should extend Dak? Do you think we should make him the highest paid quarterback in the league? Of course, the contracts don't always reflect talent, and talent doesn't always get paid what it's deserved, because we know that the market dictates these contracts more often than not. I can't speak tonight, guys. Please forgive me. So yeah, it's going to be like I've been saying, it's going to be an interesting off season, and I think that the Cowboys are going to dominate that with potential big, well, not potential, but with big deals for CD, and possibly Dak being the highest paid quarterback in the league. I know that's going to ruffle a lot of feathers, but again, like I said, the market dictates that, not necessarily. What Dak has done for us lately, and he's done a lot for us. We can't argue that. I mean, the guy was runner up for MVP, but again, like I said, guys, I just want to know, what would you guys do if you were Jerry and Steven? Do you think we should extend Dak, not even just because of the financial benefit, but because of the talent, and what this team would be like without Dak? I mean, or do you think that Jerry and Steven should just roll the dice and see what happens this year and potentially reload? Let me know, guys. Let me know in the comments. I hope you guys subscribe, of course, every Monday night. me, CD Piglet, Brendan Smith. We're bringing you guys new content every Monday night. I hope you guys will join us. We want to entertain and most importantly inform. And I hope you guys will join us on this off-season journey. Y'all have a good night.